pain. We go down pan we knee and we pray. If we eye water now fall in vain, me picnic never do him nothing. Me picnic never do him nothing. Me say, him a go the water now go in vain. He hold up the tap take where the man can tie up them and come run down me picnic and kill him. He say, nah, blood clot prison cancer go kill him in there. Him a go stand there. And Privy Council now let him go neither. Me when he done he now go had $1 left. Me eye water now go in vain. The 1st of February. Every 1st of February, me remember my boy birthday, the 20th of August. Vybz Kartel now come out, me no business. Who want come look for me now can come. In now blood clot come out, but and they are dead. In the same way me can feel it, mama go feel it too. And she never go look about him when the pooper say look about him, me only push them and lick their head on the concrete post. And when the pooper say sitting wrong with him, go she say if he left him not do him. And she come on national TV the day up and come talk about she say no prayers and blessing come down. In blessing run out. In blessings run out.
Que pasa, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. Call it news with a buzz. So people, the latest update as it pertains to Vybz Kartel is that they had a hearing at the Privy Council. We've heard from all involved. We've heard from all the YouTube pet detectives, and all the YouTube lawyers. However, the mother or the person that it is most affecting is the mother of Clive Lizard Williams, the man that has disappeared, the man that is said to be the victim in the murder of the Vybz Kartel's case. So the mother just spoke. Don't know if this is a new voice note, just got it. However, based on the fact that she mentioned the Privy Council, I take that it is pretty recent. So people, like they always said, man a plan, God a wipe out. Vybz Kartel and his co-accused are planning to be released anytime soon. However, this mother, Lizard's mother, is making them know that, listen, the prayer warriors for justice, they are out and about, and their prayers won't be in vain. Because Vybz Kartel and this man were friends. Vybz Kartel took him away because of his car, him run him down and GUN him down, and then mince up his body and fling it in some sort of deep blue sea, based on what the prosecution is saying. So it is quite obvious that this mother has an interest in the case, and she has been keeping up with Vybz Kartel's physical or health condition. She is saying cancer is going to KILL him. If it is not that he is going to DIE in the big yard, not even the Privy Council can help him. He is not coming out, he is going to DIE in the big yard. So pretty much she has said, yes, me hear him mother talk about she have put out all sorts of prayers and all sorts of blessing. But it is the same pain that I have felt as a mother. That is what is going to happen to Vybz Kartel's mother when the Privy Council comes back with a decision that is not favorable for Vybz Kartel and the co-accused. She even mentioned that Vybz Kartel was an evil person from Liquor Youth. He is said to have taken some sorts of puss and fling them at the wall, lick up them head on the ground, and the mother would say, oh, he is okay, he is just normal. It is what young kids do. So the point that she was trying to make is that Vybz Kartel as a youth was a young, demented, evil, demonic soul. As a DJ, as an older person, the same thing. A leopard never changes its spot. So therefore, all the prayers that the mother come on social media and the interview that she's praying for her son to come out, the same pain that she has been feeling since Lizard's disappearance is the same feeling Vybz Kartel mom and Vybz Kartel and his co-accused are going to feel. All the blessing has run out. They are destined for doom. Pretty much they are going to live the rest of their natural life in the big yard. People, that is yet to be determined. Point blank and period. Further on in the news. Now, the long anticipated verdict for the case as it pertains to Tonian McDonald, Beachy Stout McDonald, and Oscar Barnes. Barnes and McDonald, meaning Beachy, they are the suspect. The verdict came out about 24 hours ago, and all that are involved directly, they have spoken. The mother of Tonian said that she has been waiting in anticipation. Pretty much she was on edge because she did not want to hear any sorts of not so favorable verdict. Based on all the testimonies and all the fumble that she has seen as it pertains to the prosecution, key witness involved, and also the detectives. She was kind of nervous. She was kind of on edge. However, yesterday was a bittersweet day. That is based on what Mrs. Hamilton has said. And that is because this is her youngest daughter. She said that since her daughter lost her life, things have not been the same. She cannot sleep. She can't eat. It is as if her whole life is in disarray. Same can be said about her sister. When the sister spoke, both of them said that it was a bittersweet victory. So therefore, they said that they got the verdict in which they deserve. The verdict that was right and just. So the mother and the sister of Tonian, they responded and they said that they felt very, very good. The lawyer, the lead lawyer in the case, his name is Mr. Earl Hamilton. He is one of the lead lawyers for Mr. Beachy Stout. I think he had at least 4 lawyers on his case, trying to buck the system, trying to beat the case. Take a listen, take a look to exactly what his lawyer had to say, and then I'll give my piece.
I congratulate our team that has defended Everton, McDonald, but anyone hearing what transpired in the news, not during the trial, before, it would have been, it's an uphill task.
Now, people, you heard what this lawyer had to say, and this is after a trial from about September of last year. So therefore, a lengthy trial, high-profile case, high-profile trial. Whole bunch of evidence, whole bunch of money spent, whole bunch of investigators, whole bunch of paperwork. But this man is claiming that the case was pretty much tried outside of the trial because this is a high-profile case because of the wickedness or evilness involved. He is sure that most of the jury must have heard something, so therefore they might have made up their mind long time ago. So therefore he is pretty much saying that it was not all the evidence, damning allegations, claims that were made against his clients, the mastermind of this whole conspiracy and MURDER. It was an uphill battle for them to win because of the fact that this case was out in the media. It was out on social media. So therefore, his client was at a disadvantage. So therefore, the jury might have been swayed by that. People, the facts are these. The jury took about 1 hour and 7 minutes in a lengthy trial. A whole bunch of paperwork, a whole bunch of witness, whole bunch of testimony, and it took them 1 hour and 7 minutes to deliberate. People, if this was a petty case, it would have taken the jury longer because them now seems as if them just come to some sort of hasty decision. So therefore, if them take a short time to deliberate in any sort of MURDER trial, you know that the evidence was overwhelming. So that was the lead attorney, Mr. Hamilton. I want you to listen what Mr. Vincent Wellesley or something like that had to say. He is a lawyer for Mr. Oscar Barnes, meaning the co-defendant, the co-accused. He said that he saw a whole bunch of grounds at least 7 grounds in which he can appeal. And that the lawyer that is going to take up the appeal don't know if it is going to be him. They are going to have a field day as it pertains to that. The evidence was not overwhelming enough for the jury to find somebody guilty of murder and conspiracy. He also said that he had a problem with the direction in which the judge made its ruling, or the judge gave the directions to the jury.
I do not believe that the evidence was sufficient for them to have returned with such a verdict. My impression, though, having listened to the summation and having discerned at least 7 grounds of appeal, my view is that the jurors were misdirected. I do not know who's going to do the appeal, but any lawyer who's going to do the appeal will have a field day when they go to the Court of Appeal.
So people, he must say 7 grounds on top of judge misconduct. But people, like you've always heard me say, these lawyers will take your money, your retainer. They will represent the devil from down at the abyss of hell and paint a picture of Picasso as if they are representing God Almighty, Jesus, and the disciples. So therefore, they are going to say and do anything when them get that retainer. They are motivated by money. And they want to make it seem as if they put up some sorts of good showing to justify the amount of money that these persons paid. But people, at the end of the day, there's a thing that is called karma. At the end of the day, it is called every dog has its day. Justice will always be served. Fly low, fly high. It is going to catch up to you. And the thing that this man, Mr. Beachy Stouts, and also his co-defendant, Oscar Barnes, they were as guilty as SIN. So therefore, we hear from the mother of Tonian, we heard from the sister, we heard from the lawyer of Oscar Barnes, we heard from the lawyer of Mr. Beachy Stouts. Now when the prosecution, Mrs. Paula Llewellyn, heard the statements by the lawyer, she said to herself, listen, I am very comfortable in taking this case to an appeal, should they choose to go that route, because at the end of the day, these men did exactly what the evidence proved. The evidence was riveting, it was compelling, and most of all, it was credible. So based on the fact that the jury came back with a verdict in no time, in an hour or so, it tells you that the evidence was credible. It tells you that it was overwhelming, and people, truth be told, me, like most Jamaicans or most persons overseas, they were watching the trial and we were nervous because it seems as if this high-profile case was about to be fumbled by the prosecution, by the evidence, by the witness, by the investigators, by the popo, all involved. So therefore, when you see so much fumbles in a high-profile case and then the jury come back, deliberate in a little time and come back with guilty, it tells you that these persons were guilty as sin. And the prosecution also made a very compelling note. She said that the fact that one of the co-defendants, meaning Mr. Maynard, who is now presently serving 19 years because he plea bargained, he is the key witness. So therefore, he knows Beachy Stout, he knows Oscar Barnes, he knows of the intricate details of everything that went down, and he spoke it in court as if he was replaying the whole episode in front of the mother, the jury, the judge, and all to see. So therefore, at the end of the day, there was only going to be one verdict, and that is guilty, guilty, guilty. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, Please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. And last but not least, please subscribe to my next channel. It is called Jamaica Dancehall Source. I'll be pinning the link to that channel in the description of this video. Bless up.